Welcome back to Super Mario 64 DS. Last time we took it to Bowser for the last time, and this time we're going to be going over all the content that was unlocked after I got 150 stars, or all of the content I neglected to go over until now. So, first things first, checking out the bottom screen. There's quite a few things we can do here. There's a lot of buttons I could press, but more importantly, I can tap Mario's face. The original Mario 64 has this thing where it allows you to drag Mario's face, mess him up real good, and this has something kind of similar. You get to draw something, or take a drawing of Mario, grab little bits of it, and move it around, and you can have these little wavy drawings. Similarly, if you wait on the title screen for long enough, or you touch this Yoshi in the bottom corner, there's a Yoshi on the bottom screen. You can tap on him and do the same thing. But there's something more important that you can do. Murder Yoshi! No, more importantly, you can draw anything you want. So let's say I wanted to draw a little happy guy. He's so happy. I can drag him around. This is really fun, really cool. I really like being able to just draw anything I want and just, ooh, you know? Maybe I'm really dumb, but as a kid who really enjoyed drawing, and I still enjoy drawing a little bit, I'm just not great at it, I was really into this. I really loved making these little characters and seeing them move around. It's a really cool idea. So I really enjoy this. Anyway, moving on to more important things. Let's tap that Mario head one more time to go back to the title screen and actually mess around with some of these options. So obviously there's surround, you can do headphones, stereo, surround, really basic stuff. You can turn off the backlight for the DS, I guess is what this is for. Why? I guess to save battery, but I grew up with a DS Lite and a DSi, so that gave me the ability to change the brightness, so that's what I always lowered to save power. Didn't turn off the backlight entirely, but So, there's Adventure, that takes you to the actual adventure. There's Rec Room, which takes you to the minigames, but I'm not going over those just yet. And then there's Versus. There is a multiplayer feature for Super Mario 64 DS. This is really cool, but I can't show it off. I can't. You have to do multiplayer, well, you have to do multiplayer to make this fun. And I can't do that on a Wii U Virtual Console port. Again, I think I've said this before, or maybe I've just complained about it so much I thought I said it in this playthrough. I really wish that there was some way you could connect a 3DS to the Wii U. And you could do things like DS Download Play with a DS Virtual Console. That'd be really fun and really cool. That way I could get friends together and we could actually, well, I don't know, do this bonus video together. Alas, that's not the case. I can do something else, though. I can practice alone. I will be showing off these courses alone really quickly. I'll be talking about other stuff while I go through them, because they're really not all that special. But, let's just hop into the first one. Castle Grounds. So when you play Super Mario 64 DS multiplayer, you and the 3 other people that you can play with will be chasing after stars. There'll also be different colored Yoshis. You actually don't see like a red or a blue Yoshi in the main game, but in the DS version, those actually do exist. So in the multiplayer version of this game, you'll be chasing after stars. Whoever has the most stars by the end of the match will win. As you can see on the bottom screen, it shows where the stars are. These act as silver stars. It's really nothing too special, especially this Castle Grounds. It's just Peach's castle with a chain chomp hanging around. It's, again, nothing too special. Oh yeah, there are also caps everywhere. So if you want to play as someone other than Yoshi, you can grab a Mario cap and mess around with Mario. But you have to get to the cap first, because only one person can have a cap at a time. Next up is Sunshine Isle. Guess what this is? Literally just the course that was added for Super Mario Sunshine. That's it. This is all this is. There's nothing special about this. Again, there are caps everywhere. That's really about it. This is the exact same thing. I sound a little bit negative when saying that, but this is actually really, really cool. I think the multiplayer is a lot of fun in this game, and I would do a full video on it if, you know, I could. Moving on. Princess's Secret Slide. Well, this is just a slide level again. So while I'm going through this, I do actually want to talk about something pretty interesting. I was doing a bit of research for this bonus video. There's not a whole lot I wanted to go over that wasn't in the original, that wasn't in the final version of the game, but there is a bit. If you have an action replay, which I did, I don't know where it is now, but I had one. You can actually input a code and then try out some really interesting test levels. I just think they're interesting because, you know, they're test levels. There's honest to God nothing super crazy going on with them. Kind of like this level where there's just stars thrown around here really willy-nilly, and it's really not all that cool. With actual people playing, you would end up all coming down to this one area, being unable to go back up to the top. And what would be fun about this is you can punch and hit people and knock the stars out of them. So you kind of be in this little arena and just beating the crap out of each other. It's pretty fun. Anyway, moving on. There's quite a lot of interesting bonus content. Not bonus content. There's quite a lot of interesting unused content. Again, there's the test rooms that, you know, were used for testing. I think they're cool. I think those are always really cool. Moving on to the Battle Fort. This is, again, another new area that was added for the DS version that's just thrown into battle mode. There's really nothing super special about it, but I'm here anyway. Also, moving on from the test rooms, but still kind of staying on the topic of unused content, there is actually a bit of unused sprites, stuff along those lines, in this game, and one of them I actually used for the final episode. The Bowser head thing, whatever it is, the thing I used for the background in the final Bowser level, that was actually an unused piece of texturing, so that's really cool. There's also a few more sprites here and there that I'll just throw up on screen right now. Nothing super duper cool, but I don't know, it's still interesting to look at the stuff that could have been added in Mario 64 DS. So that's Versus. Versus is really cool. It just seemed really boring because I wasn't able to play with anyone. File options, scores, copy, erase. The only one I think needs explanation is scores. Look at that. That just shows you all the scores for the 100 coin missions you've done. So as you can see, I never really went above and beyond, ever. So it's on the top and bottom screen. You can check those out. See if you can beat my scores, losers. But you can't. You 100% can. I believe in you. Moving on to the actual file itself. Wait. I still do want to show off one more thing while we're still on the title screen. With that, all the cropping I do for this series is now done. This is what I see whenever I record. Just the top screen, big as heck. The bottom screen, pretty dang small. But there are quite a few interesting things that you can do within the Wii U version of the game. All of this is not accessible in the DS version for obvious reasons. First of all, we have the Virtual Console menu. Oh, you can see that I have a restore point. You can see that I can create a restore point. There's only one restore point. You can't have multiple. I can reset, and there are screen settings. But before we go to the screen settings, which actually are pretty interesting, I want to show that you can look at the original manual. It takes forever to load, so sometimes I accidentally press the wrong button, and then I have to go to the manual, and I have to wait for this thing to load. It's really annoying. But it's really cool that the Wii U version of the game gives you the manual built in. It's a really weird choice, but I like it a lot. I guess some of these older games needed the manuals to be fully enjoyed. But for Mario 64 DS, or any DS games really, they did not need the manual. But they have them. Interestingly enough, there's a lot of original N64 renders that are being used here. Kind of fun. It's a cute little manual. Some games have really nice manuals. I'd recommend looking at them. This is a pretty cool one too. Anyway, with that being done, Let's look at those screen settings. So the one I use is obviously this one. It's for right-handed people. This one you can put the bottom screen as the main screen. Obviously for this series that wasn't a smart plan at all, since the bottom screen was so inconsequential most of the time. You can do this. I hate this. I really like the way it looks on the TV, because it's top screen, bottom screen, exact same size, just black around them, but they're the exact same size. But look at the way you have to hold the gamepad. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. I really hate that. Unless you're playing this game with the touch controls, disgusting. And it makes me so mad because there's no option for having the top screen like that, but holding the Wii U gamepad normally. Also, if you press up and down on the analog stick or D-pad, you can actually change from left-handed or right-handed. Very nice touch. There's this, which is just, it's bad in every single way. For some of these games, it works. Not a lot of them. This one has the top screen only on the top, and the bottom screen only on the gamepad. That can be useful for certain games, and if you're not recording, I probably would have gone with that if I wasn't recording, but here I am, recording right now. And then there's this one. A lot of people actually end up using this one. It's literally just a DS outline of these screens. It keeps every single screen, so all two of them, it keeps them exactly the same size. This means that they're going to be pretty much the same quality, and a lot of YouTubers go with this because of that. And that does make sense. I do understand why they would want to go with that. The only problem is, like, if I'm reading signs, that text is pretty dang small. I have to strain my eyes a bit to see it, at least from where I'm sitting. And also, it's just a really small screen to play on. Even on the original DS, the screens that I would be looking at would be bigger than this. It's very awkward. I kind of wish they had an option like this, except the screens were bigger and there was no DS outline. I don't know. Maybe I'm weird. Anyway, moving on. Similarly to the original Mario 64, if you get 100%, over here, this cannon that was inaccessible to us, will open up. If you hop inside, you can shoot all the way to the top of Peach's castle. Hopefully I make it. Yes, okay. In the original Mario 64 DS, or the original Mario 64, rather, there would be Yoshi up here. And he would give you max lives. In the DS version, you get 3 lives and the wing cap. Oh, by the way, you got the wing cap in the original version as well. You also got a really cool new animation for the triple jump. In Mario 64 DS, nope. Nope. This is kind of stupid. I really don't like this. As far as post-game content goes, why did they remove all of that really cool stuff that was in the original game and just kind of, you know, have this? I'm aware that lives don't save after you after you close the game. So those 99 lives you got would just disappear after you turned off the console. But that kind of makes it even more worth it for me, honestly, because if you just want to come back and play some levels, mess around, having infinite lives, essentially, would be very helpful. And having that cool new triple jump would just, well, it'd look cool, you know? I don't know, it's just a little frustrating that they made the 100% reward worse in this version by miles. So, you know, it's cool, I guess, being able to go to the top of the castle, fly around, but it's not what it could have been. And that's my problem with it, I guess. Now that we're back in the castle, I'm going to talk to this toad. Ooh, that's a key to Princess Toadstool's secret drawer. You found it for me, thank you. When you want to play minigames, just select the rec room from the title screen. You can also consult the drawer to see how many keys you have. So if we go up to this drawer, here's the number of keys you have in the you have to the drawer, 15. I can continue with my adventure, which will just let me continue with my adventure. Or I can save and play minigames. I'm going to save and play minigames. I am going to only be going over some of my favorite minigames. As you can see, the minigames are separated out by different characters. So we have Yoshi Minigames, Mario Minigames, Luigi Minigames, and Wario Minigames. Cool. I'm going to be going over my favorite Yoshi minigame. Loves me? Question mark. Play this minigame for advice on your love life. Please don't. Pluck the petals to find how your crush feels about you. If you've ever done this as a kid, you can pluck the petals of a flower and say, loves me not. Loves me not. And whatever you end up getting will be how your crush feels about you. And poor Yoshi, she loves him not. If I play again, she loves me. This is all the minigame is. Just getting randomized flowers, plucking the flowers, and seeing if your crush loves you or not. Depending on how many times you get loves me or loves me not, it will say she really loves me or she hates my guts. So, it's just kind of cute. It's really fun. That's it though. It's just a really nice little mini game. Kind of fills my heart with joy. Moving on to the Mario minigames. I like this one. This is Trampoline Terror. Only players with superb stylist skills will be able to make Mario bounce through the rings. So as you can see, we have Mr. Mario. He's bouncing around, and what you want to do is draw lines that will create little trampolines on the bottom screen. Mario will bounce off these trampolines. There's one on the bottom that can take 3 hits, but most of the all of the trampolines that you draw, no matter the size, can only take 1 hit. They'll disappear over time, so you can't like stack the bottom screen with trampolines and expect to get anywhere with that. It's just not gonna work out. I'm not doing a very good job right now, but this is one of my favorite ones. There's some other ones like it, but it just doesn't do as good of a job of being fun as this one does. I just find this one to be a lot more fun, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Again, not doing a super great job on it. There are different levels, different amounts of rings you want to get. You just want to see what you can get for your high score. It's just a really fun little minigame. Moving on to the Luigi Minigames. These are commonly said to be some of the best minigames you can play in Super Mario 64. Yes, and I can see why. Picture poker. This is literally just poker, but with pictures. That's it. It's pretty fun. So if you check the top right screen, you're going to see that we have the points that we'll get depending on the hand we are dealt. The hand I have isn't super great, and by super great I mean it's like really not good at all actually. No. So I'm not gonna bet anything. Yeah. Good. It's just a luck-based game. Again, it's just poker. That's it. But poker's fun, so who cares? Nothing here either. Wow, this isn't going super great, but who cares? I'm not gonna win against Luigi if this keeps going. I got junk. I got junk. He's stealing all my cash, all my money. That's a little better. I'll do it. I'm gonna bet. Yikes. That really wasn't all that good. Alright, I'll do it one more. I keep getting trash! Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think one more and then I'll be done with this game, because I'm kind of getting a little bit sad right now. Okay, I have a 2 pair. I'll go for it. I'll bet one coin. Okay, I still lose? Okay, whatever. I'm done with you, Luigi. I'm out of here. Going on to the Wario games. Oh, I'm really bad at card games because my luck is abysmal, so whatever. Moving on. Wario has a few mini games. None of them are like my favorite in the world. There are some that are cool. There's one where you can sort bombs. I never ended up getting that one. That one would probably be my favorite, but my favorite out of the ones that I have right now is probably this one. This one's just fun. You take a little snowball, you just move up and down on, or you swipe up pretty much on the touchscreen with your stylus. That'll make the ball go faster and faster and faster. And what you want to do is get to the goal before the time limit. I'm not doing a great job right now, but it's really not all that hard. It's a fun minigame, but it's a really easy minigame at the same time. So there you go, high score, baby. That's it. I'll play it one more time since, you know, it was that easy. You want to check the top screen, make sure that you're not going to run into anything. So there's a rock on the right, rock on the left, there we go. It's, again, really not that bad, but it's a pretty fun minigame. It's just a little obstacle course. I find those to be really fun. It's a nice little time waster, and that's what 90% of these minigames are. So, I like it. I like it a lot. Another high score, oh yeah. And with that, we have done all the minigames I wanted to do. One from each category. And that's it. That's all the minigames I wanted to show off. I could go into more depth, but that would make this video way too long and frankly a little bit boring because a lot of these minigames are very surface level. That's it. That's the end of Let's Play Super Mario 64 DS, and I think it's about time we go through all of those end of LP shenanigans I always do, because I was a little bit preoccupied in the relatively short credits of Super Mario 64 DS, so I didn't really get a chance to go through my usual things. First of all, thank you to anybody who has watched this series along the way. Anybody. You could have watched it for a few seconds, you could have watched the whole thing through, and I still appreciate you all the same. Could have hated it, could have loved it, doesn't matter. I really do appreciate it. Just to name a few specific people, again, thank you to all my friends who are out there on the wide web, people commenting, all that. Airhead has been on that commenting grind. He somehow finds a way to comment on every video I upload. Somehow. God bless him. There is Joseph. It's been a while since I've known him, and I still have no idea what he wants to be called specifically, and anything that's not his channel name makes me feel weird inside. But yeah, he's been away at college. Best of luck to him on all that. There's Trash's Lair, just a fantastic person. I know his name may make you think otherwise, but it's wrong. His name is false. Absolutely incorrect. Fantastic man. There's Magic Paper. There's someone else who I want to mention named Markeroro. Hopefully that's correct. He commented on the videos a few times. He gave me some suggestions. I really appreciate that. I never got around to doing it. He suggested a star list, since this was a 100% playthrough. To make it a little bit easier for people to follow, I should put a star list. And I didn't have time to get around to that. But considering the fact that I don't think I'm going to stop doing 3D Mario Let's Plays anytime soon, I will most likely get around to that. So that concept, that idea, will stay in my mind. And I will end up doing that later on down the line, I believe. I don't know, it's just been a very fun series, and I've really enjoyed it. I've, again, found that Super Mario 64 isn't as flawless as I saw it before. The rose-tinted glasses are a little bit less rosy now, but it's still a fantastic game. I still think it's one of the more solid 3D Mario games, but it just keeps going up and up from here. And maybe someday we'll end up getting to all of the 3D Mario games that have come out past that point, but that's a long way down the line, because God knows I'm not doing a Let's Play of another 3D Mario game for a little while. Anyway, thank you to the Super Mario Wiki. A lot of the enemy names that I found were found on the Super Mario Wiki. I essentially just took screenshots of the little enemies, the place that shows the species. It shows first appearance, latest appearance. That's just like a little screen cap of the Super Mario Wiki. They do fantastic work. I absolutely adore their site. I'm a very big fan of wikis in general, and I think the Legend of Zelda wiki and the Mario wiki are probably two of my favorites, just because it's such extensive information, such a large group of people working on it, and I really do appreciate everything they do. So yeah, Super Mario Wiki was very, very helpful with finding enemy names, because sometimes I'd look up like, oh, big purple ball guy. What's his name in Super Mario 64 DS? He throws ya, and it'd come up with Chuck ya. So, much appreciated for them helping me out. It was a lot of fun to browse their wiki. And other than that, I had a lot of fun making this Let's Play. It was a new experience for me, strictly because I've never worked within the realm of DS games before. Using 2 screens, editing in 2 screens, it was a little bit of an interesting task for me, since again, I never had to do that. My editing was never that complex, and by the time that I got to the end of the series, I felt pretty comfortable with it. So hopefully next time I get to a DS game, it'll be even more refined, and I'll have an even better grasp of how to properly edit a DS title. But I think Mario 64 DS was a pretty good title to start off with that one. There was very minimal switching between top and bottom screens, so it wasn't too hard to get used to. But yeah, that's it. I've never been super great at ending bonus videos, but I think it's high time I end up giving you a little bit of a hint for what the next playthrough is, since I have actually ended up solidifying what that's going to be, though it's still a little ways off. Next time I see you, we'll be sailing the high seas together. But again, that's for whenever I record next. Until then.